know it's only right, that's how we end it. Came all the way from losing to winning. Yeah, I did it, but it ain't just me, it's the whole team. Share it with the whole team. Congratulate the whole team. Cause when you riding like we riding with each other, ain't no I in this, it's the whole team. Share it with the whole team. Congratulate the whole team. Cause when you riding like we riding with each other, ain't no I in this.
When the members on and get it going Donkey Kong, they got the hand dollar, will you give a dog a bone? I'm like, oh no, you gotta get it on your own. They get an attitude, I'm like, you better check your tone. They ain't got no job, need someone to take her home. I hop up in the car, whip like Indiana Jones. Going George Lucas, now I'm out here killing clones. Coming in strong like, tear down, tear down, tear down, tear down, tear down. Boosted up my cardio, I used to get to run around. I've been doing this since I had to work at mama house. Tear down, tear down, tear down, tear down, tear down. Everybody eating, it's a party, wanna come to time. You can bring your mama, daddy, sister, and your cousin out. Everybody wanna kill the king, or you shit wanna take the crown. I can see through it like a stomach with a other sign. When I hit the gas, I be going like 100 miles. They be getting tired, running out like 100 house. All up in my business, real nose like a bloodhound. I'ma throw them off like I'm standing on a picture mound. All they do is look at Instagram while they sit around. Hate me in real life, but you liking pictures now. Oh, everybody acting different now. Finally trying to see what I be on. Got a different style, they be at the brand new when they know I've been around. Got a fake smile on your face, cause you been inclined. I can say a lot, but I'm not. Gotta keep it down, making sure nobody drown. I'm a brother, keep it now. Mike Jack hit me up and said I gotta beat it down. Turn me up when I'm on your speaker now. Cool, tear down, tear down.
It's Madden NFL 23 on EA Sports. And coming up, it's Adoree Jackson, who's been stepping up to challenges all season, now at 8 interceptions. It's the Giants and the Commanders, all that and more, coming up next on EA Sports.
It's a pretty frigid December day in our nation's capital. We got our space heaters on full blast up in the booth at FedEx Field. Today, we reach Week 15, and we've got a good matchup in store between the New York Giants and the Washington Commanders. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Washington team as they interplay here. They come in off the extended break from the bye.
I think it was much needed as well. You play 2.5 months, you're ready for some time off to get set for the home stretch.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Giants, it's late in the year. We all know it. We've seen the calendar for these guys. Their bodies could probably use a break, but they have to push on.
And they're really not as worried about that as maybe we think. They know they've got the entire offseason to rest. All they care about is the game in front of them and finishing strong.
The kicker, Graham Gano, set to put his foot into this one. And we are underway from FedEx Field. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Commanders trot to the field for their first possession, and it's the seventh-year quarterback out of North Dakota State leading the way. His third NFL team, Carson Wentz.
You're talking about the pause that refreshes. I think it's come at a perfect time of the year for them, hasn't it? You know, the season is starting to wind down, got a little bit of a break. But how about the guy calling the signals? He's got to be excited about that because now he didn't just get a game plan for 1 week. He was able to work on it for 2 weeks. I can't wait to see if they have anything special in store for him today.
That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Just like that, it's a gain of 12 and a first down on their first play.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
Wentz now on first down. Throwing it Terry McLaurin's way again, and he's got it. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. So we just called his name on the previous snap, and they go right back to him, Charles, for a second consecutive completion.
Yeah, I think what we're discovering on this drive is that he feels like he has answers no matter what defense you throw up there. He reads it, finds the open spot, and is available for the completion.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Wentz to throw again. This is caught by his tight end, Logan Thomas. And they'll be stopped right at the 30. On a play that started back at the 15, they pick up 15. That early game script that they drew up is working pretty well here on this first drive. Already in field goal range, Charles knocking on the door in the red zone.
You know, Brandon, when we met with the coaching staff, they kind of predicted that they would come out firing like this. I think you and I were a little skeptical it would be this easy, but they certainly knew what they were doing in scouting, in preparation, and understanding what their team was capable of.
They'll run for the first time with Antonio Gibson. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They moved it well, but here's 3rd down. Shotgun now for Wentz. Got this complete to Jahan Dotson. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Wentz and Dotson, your connection there for the Commander first. Into the red zone, Wentz. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Jahan Dotson was the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down.
I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll run with Gibson. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2. It's a 7-yard gain and good enough to move the chains. Here's Wentz to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Commanders. Carson Wentz taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Commanders will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he won't quite make it to the 25. So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. Leading them out, someone who has overcome plenty of adversity to forge a 12-year career. Former Virginia Tech Hokie, it's Tyrod Taylor.
And last week's loss came despite a clean game on his end, throwing the ball with 2 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. His job this week is simple. Do it again. Continue to avoid turnovers and hope that what sunk them last week resolves itself this time around.
They'll start out on the ground, and Saquon Barkley takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain. These two teams met in our nation's capital earlier this season with the Commanders picking up the win at FedEx Field. So they're looking for another win here in Washington to take the season sweep. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now Taylor to throw. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And he takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
He's going to float this one deep right side. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Two things you can do in that situation: run and punt the football, or try and take your shot at getting the first down. They chose the latter, but they'll have to punt all the same.
And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away. Dorsett on the return. It'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. There's Terry McLaurin, such an exciting pass catcher as this offense comes out for the next drive. You look at the numbers for him, and 1,000 yards obviously well within his sights, barring injury. He will get there. The question, will he get there in this game?
Well, he would love to. Duh, right? Of course he would. But, you know, watching him play this year, we often talk about defenses, allocating extra resources to try and stop a guy of his ilk, right? But you know what else kicks in? His pride to say, okay, I don't care how many you throw in my direction, I'm still going to find a way to get open. I will use different moves. I will move against formation. I will come underneath routes and try and run through some people and kind of get natural picks in order to work his way open. He wants to get that 1,000, and he doesn't want any less passes to come to his direction.
On 2nd down, a run with Gibson. And not much running room. Down to the 32. And 5 in the secondary now for the Giants on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Wentz. That's going to be caught. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. Better than a 30-yard gain as we wind down towards 30 seconds left in the quarter. On play action, Wentz under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sack back around the 8. O'Shane Xmas from his outside linebacker spot, forcing the sack for a loss of 8. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from our nation's capital, and it's Washington in possession of the football. As they come up now, 2nd and goal. Throwing now is Wentz. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got it. Touchdown, Washington. A great play there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Commanders have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The final 4 weeks of the NFL season are upon us, and we got some intriguing matchups in prime time. Tonight, Patriots and Raiders, that's in Vegas. Josh McDaniels taking on his former employer there. And then Monday Night Football, the Rams and Packers from what should be a frosty Lambeau Field at 8:15 Eastern Time, 7:15 locally there in Green Bay. From the 27, Taylor finding Sterling Shepard for his first catch. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Throwing now, Taylor on 1st down. He'll get this complete to Kadarius Toney. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they're having panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Meanwhile, a throw by Taylor is incomplete. Taylor incomplete on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw again. This throw incomplete, nearly picked off. And with his pedigree, he doesn't drop many of those. But 3rd down coming up. On 3rd down, Taylor. Oh, the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down. Montez Sweat, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. Middle of the field, he's got McLaurin. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 20. So the previous play, a big help, as now they'll have it 1st and 10 up at the 20. Working from the gun, Wentz. Target is to Dotson, and he's got him. Following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Now Wentz on the bootleg. That's out to the flat for Gibson. And he's got room. And he's got to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. They'll get 34 yards there.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Again, they'll throw with Wentz. And his throw is incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another 1st down.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. This will be a loss of 3 and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. Wentz going to throw. He'll dump that off to Gibson, complete. And he'll be taken down well before the 1st at about the 36-yard line. Sly able to put this one through, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, maybe a little bit of an anxious moment there as that ball got closer and closer, but it does curl in.
Yeah, actually did a little bit of a slow dance there with the left upright, didn't it? But had just enough space, as you said, for it to curl in.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Giants offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Looking for Green, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jack Rabbit Jenkins. He had his eyes on the end zone. He got close. At least he set the offense up nicely, but he's probably mad he didn't take that one to pay dirt.
I agree with you, and you know he's going to get teased because he didn't get it all the way into the end zone. But if they don't score now, if they don't get a touchdown, he won't just get teased. They'll be glaring at him. How'd you not score?
2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. One more time with Gibson. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Antonio Gibson with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Commanders are able to add on to their first half lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And a rout is on here in this first half. Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He's going to air it out deep for Green. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Taylor incomplete on first down. Here's 2nd and 10. Now back to throw. That'll be caught. It's Tony. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. From midfield now, here's Taylor. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And the Commanders are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. So they tried to take the deep shot there, but this defense up to the task.
And a lot of times when you air a ball out like this, if it does get intercepted, there's going to be a lot of space out there to set up a return. And remember, you've got 5 big offensive linemen out there playing on their feet in open space. Not a skill most of them possess that allows for extra yardage on the return.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Wentz. Throw right side, taken in by Gibson. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Wentz now on first down. Back to Gibson and another catch for it. And they are into field goal range now as he's got the first down at the 26. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Now Wentz again. And he bats it away and it falls down incomplete. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Now Wentz. This is caught. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin with touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year. And the Commanders will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And a rout is on here in this first half. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be out of bounds here, a yard shy of the 25 of the 24. The Giants now going to take over late in this first half. Things for them, just to put it bluntly, man, it has been tough sledding here in the first half, facing that big deficit. The clock is dwindling now. Maybe if they can get something on the board here before intermission, they'll have at least a little momentum heading into the second half. Ball at the 26, 2nd and 7. They go play action now. Taylor steps away. And he's just going to get rid of this thing to no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. On to punt, Jamie Gillen. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And they call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And with a huge lead already, they may be thinking, hey, our job's complete for these first 2 quarters. Let's get this to the locker room. Robert Spillane, the linebacker, there on the tackle. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout as we'll get you down the coast. Well, we're in the latter stages of this season. Everybody's getting antsy, so antsy that we're going to skip the halftime and get ready for the 3rd quarter. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon. taken at about the 1. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. As the Giants head back out there, let's take a look at the playoff picture in the NFC. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
Here's Jamie Gillen now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Here's Dorsett. They'll call it a punt of 44 yards. The return was for 7. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. Time again to see Terry McLaurin in the Washington offense. He's having a day here in quarter number 3. Over 100 yards, couple touchdowns. Every receiver's hope for when they head into that game in the National Football League.
And his team is loving what he's giving them. Of course, the yardage is terrific, but I think it's what you mentioned, the 2 touchdowns. That's the big one because he's paying off his results downfield.
And still more time here, third quarter. We'll see what else he has in store for us. Out left to Dotson. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Gibson again. And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30. It's a 1st down for Washington on a pickup of 11. Shotgun handoff to Gibson. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. A give up the middle to Gibson. And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27. 5 in the secondary now for the Giants here on 3rd. Wentz now to throw. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. Sly able to put this one through. And that will extend their lead even further. I got to think at this point, 3rd quarter, if you're able to hold on to the ball, get 3 at the end, that's all you're looking for.
I would agree with that because right now, this is a job well done by them. In fact, it's almost time for handshakes, a little dap on the sidelines, maybe even start to discuss post-game plans. And for the guys that haven't played yet, go ahead and get loose. Your time is now.
And here comes the Giants offense back out onto the field. Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. Or win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. Here's Jamie Gillen now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Oh, a nice spin. That's a 43-yard punt, aided as well by a loss on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. There's Terry McLaurin, such an exciting pass catcher as this offense comes out for their next drive.
And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
To throw again on 2nd down. Wentz. Looking sideline, incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
And he's going to have a Commanders 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now Wentz. And it's a fumble. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. Had some good yardage there, too, before he fumbled that football, Charles.
Yeah, just think about it this way. Running backs, as a general rule, they kind of know when the end of a run is near. And you notice how they cover up, right? They protect the football. Sometimes quarterbacks forget that out in the open field. After a while, you start to wonder, does the running back coach visit the quarterback coach and say, hey, I can help you with this. We can protect this and make sure we keep the ball.
He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this is incomplete. Oh, he had 6 points right in his hands, but could not hang on. 2nd and 10 now. It's Taylor being chased out left. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Jack Rabbit Jenkins. And he will bring this one back. It is a pick-6 for a Washington touchdown. Well, I mean, you get it. They're trying to make something happen here in this 3rd quarter, CD, but I don't think a pick-6 is exactly what they had in mind.
No, not at all, because this offense, they've been stuck all game long. Haven't dented the scoreboard yet. Forced to take a few chances here, and that one, it backfired in a big way.
Fields it right around the goal line. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And he'll go out of bounds, but 10 yards inside of enemy territory at the 40. Great return.
We all know the teams never want to use the word panic, but if they expect to win this game, it has to start right here, right now. That return just set them up for points, and it needs to be a touchdown, not a field goal.
And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25. And quickly they get to the line. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. In the 3rd quarter here in D.C., a 2nd and 10 upcoming. Now Jones. Looking left side, and it's complete. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. They'll try and run forward with Barkley. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Another try for Barkley. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. Back now at FedEx Field. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Throwing, Jones. Rolling to, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Montez Sweat picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Gano's kick is good, and they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. And with that last field goal, that puts him now at 300 made on his career, and that is something to celebrate.
And that puts him in the top 30 all time. So he's really made a mark, and he's got plenty of life left in that leg, that's for sure.
And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? The best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions because the game certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remote's clicking off right now. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On the draw, it's Gibson. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Now a first carry here for Robinson. He'll be dropped shy of the 40 despite an excellent display of footwork. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. He'll check that down to Gibson out of the backfield. Yeah, he'll work free from 1 tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. Here's Jackson to return. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Giants' drive will start from deep in their territory with a 1st and 10. Jones fakes the give to Barkley. He's going to float this one deep right side. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Jones. And this one's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
The punt team on now is from their end zone. They get it away. Now a fair catch taken, maybe a yard or 2 shy of midfield. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And Washington will have a short field here as they take over 1st and 10. Straight ahead, Gibson. And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. 2nd down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Wentz. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted, thrown back across his body. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson.
Partner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down with a nice little gain. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. So a solid run by Saquon Barkley and another 1st and 10 here. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Open man right side is Tony. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. Jones on 1st down. Right back to Tony. He's got another one. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Jones. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Jones. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this one incomplete. Oh, he couldn't hang on to it in the end zone, and that's one that'll haunt you. And now it brings up 3rd down. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this is caught. Well, they get one back. Picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big. So still throwing here in the 4th quarter with a pretty sizable lead, and now that lead even more sizable. And if nothing else here, CD, a chance to pile on some stats before this one wraps up, and he did just that.
Brandon, convention tells us it's time for them to get off the gas a little bit, right? But you and I both know the receivers don't want them to be. As you noted, this is their chance to pile on the stats. If they got their way, they try to get every single spot in the depth chart points before this game is over.
And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. They're looking at a 3rd straight win here if they can hold on. Here's Gibson to start the drive. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. They'll go again with Gibson. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 47 yards rushing for him now on 17 carries. On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for the Commanders, their chances of finishing over 500, they remain alive as they move to 6-8 on the year. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the San Francisco 49ers.